fashion. She is known as someone who is both focused on protecting the interests of the taxpayer and making government ever more efficient and effective, but she's also known for having an extraordinarily compassionate heart and understanding very personally the impact of the actions we take on the people of New York City. So I talked to Lilliam about our agenda. I said, we need to reduce homelessness, we need to get people out of shelter, we need to take care of kids like this on. And I could hear the fervor she felt for that mission. I talked to her about cutting the red tape, changing our approach to folks who are struggling, including a lot of the approach we've taken, for example, in the area of food stamps, where in the past people who needed food were demonized. In fact, we have to treat them with respect again, help them get what their families need. And I could hear her fervor and devotion to that cause. I talked to her about helping to protect community healthcare facilities and helping to strengthen our Health and Hospitals Corporation. And of course, I talked to her about what we have to do to build out our healthcare efforts on the ground, the new clinics we plan, and how we had to help our children by strengthening early childhood education and after school. I know that she feels the same urgency that I do in all of these areas. I know it's a huge assignment to have to fight on all of these fronts simultaneously. But I know that Lilliam Barrios-Paoli is up to the task. She has proven to be a reformer. She's proven to be a change agent, someone who takes on big challenges effortlessly. No matter what budget or what economic moment we're in, she thinks it is her task to find a way to get the job done, regardless of the challenges. She's done that as the Commissioner for the Aging. With an extraordinarily tough budget circumstance, she still found ways to make sure that our centers serve people more effectively in a more innovative fashion, focusing on wellness, focusing on populations that have often been left out, like the LGBT population and the visually impaired population among seniors. She's transformed city agencies in the past, including the city's employment efforts that were often targeted for folks who actually had real possibilities in the economy and ignored those who were being left out of the economy. And to her credit, she refocused a lot of the city's employment training efforts towards those in greatest need and made sure that thousands of New Yorkers had opportunity previously not available to them. And in her nonprofit career, including her time at Safe Space, she focused on opening homeless shelters for one of the most vulnerable populations in this city, homeless and runaway youth, an invisible population to many that's struggling in so many ways and needed shelters specific to their needs. It was Lilliam Barrios-Paoli who found a way to create those shelters. So an extraordinary record of achievement over the previous 3 mayoral administrations. And in the wake of crisis, Lilliam is someone you can depend on to have ready solutions to problems. She did that in the role she played, instrumental role she played in establishing the September 11th Fund in the aftermath of that tragedy. Because I believe in creating a team of great talents who can work well together, it's an appropriate moment to note that Lillian worked in the aftermath of 9/11 and so many other extraordinarily challenging circumstances, and she did it with strength and grace, and she kept calm and focused throughout, just like our new first deputy mayor, Tony Shores, who, as I mentioned when we announced it, his work after Sandy hit NYU and Go Medical Center. His work there was legendary in terms of bringing that facility back. So I'm choosing people for this administration who share the values, who have the experience, who can handle any crisis or any challenge, but also have the ability to work together in a team effort on behalf of the values of this administration. I will note in particular, when it comes to saving our community hospitals, that Lilliam's extraordinary experience in our public hospital system, matched with Tony's experience both in the voluntary hospitals and the nonprofit world, will give us, I think, a very special ability, and I'm asking them to work as a team on the effort to make sure we protect local health care. And so I could not be more proud to say that New York City will have the finest, most effective, most progressive choice for Deputy Mayor for Health and Human Services. It's my honor to introduce to you Lilliam Barrios-Paoli. I'm going to make a little adjustment again. Seems to be a pattern.
For those of us who are both vertically challenged and injured. So thank you, Mayor-Elect De Blasio. I am incredibly grateful for the opportunity that I'm being given right now. I've spent the bulk of my career trying to work on behalf of the poor. It is incredibly exciting for me to be in an administration that really makes that a central tenet. Not just an afterthought, not just something that it would be good to do, but makes it a central thing. I totally believe that we're living a tale of two cities, no question about it. And I think it is our job to make it a tale of one city, giving opportunity and helping those who, for whatever many barriers they face, have not attained what they can attain. I hope to bring a new respect for the poor, for those who have less, for people who are homeless. I think that there, but for the grace of God, go all of us. And I really intend to change a lot of those things that act as barriers for them to attain their potential. I am incredibly honored to have been selected for this position, and I will do my best to bring together all of the knowledge that I've accumulated through so many years in so many agencies. God knows that I know what works and what doesn't work, and I will certainly try to attack the ones that don't work right away. So thank you so much, Mayor De Blasio, for choosing me, and I will work as hard as I can to make it happen. Thank you.
En español, Lilliam.
Gracias, sí, por supuesto. Soy muy agradecida al alcalde electo Bill De Blasio de haberme seleccionado para esta posición. Toda mi vida le he dedicado a trabajar en favor de los pobres y en realidad es un honor inmenso haber sido seleccionada para poder trabajar con él y llegar a la meta que él quiere llegar. Quiero trabajar lo más que pueda para